What's up, fishing friends? Got a steelhead update for all of you. I didn't get out last weekend. I know some of you are probably excited to see what's going on since we got a little rain here this week. Unfortunately, I hate to report it didn't move any fish, and it really isn't worth taking a trip up here for them just yet. It's going to be a really nice weekend. It would have been nice to get on a few fish. Not much has been caught this week at all after talking to a couple of my buddies. I have a couple screenshots I want to go through, give my opinion on why the rain didn't move any fish and when they're going to get here, and give you guys a few tips and advice if you end up coming up for the weekend or even into the next week. First, here's the gauge height from this week. You can see we did get a nice little spike of water. It's more water than we had last year this time, which is nice. Surprised it didn't move at least a few fish into some of those first few holes, but I like to see more water. It's still a little low. This next one, kind of explain why the fish didn't really move in. Water is still pretty warm. What we want to see here is the temperature get below that 65-degree mark. Once that happens, it should be game on. This graph here from last year shows we had a nice drop of water temperature early October. That's what we want to see here. I know some nice fish are being caught before that in late September last year, but once that raw water really gets below that 65-degree mark, the fish were definitely there. The weather coming up for next week is going to not help us out a whole lot. The rain in the forecast, it's going to be in the mid-70s all week. Looks like it may cool down a little bit in the middle of the week. Next weekend doesn't look too promising at first glance. So here are some temperatures I was able to dig up from last year. We had a nice dip in the air temperature last year at the start of October. That really jump-started the fishing up here. So hopefully get some of that here soon once we get through this. What I did find from driving around and checking out a few places, this is trout run here. Had a few fish in there in that protected area. Not many, maybe 2 dozen in total. I also checked out Walnut, very few fish there. Nothing past the walls at the parking lot. Maybe one little pod there at the end, but not a whole lot. So if you're going to try and fish this weekend and maybe next week, pretty much the same tips as last update. Get out there early before the sun rises. Once that sun is out, those fish are going to probably be moving out into deeper water. The mouth of the tribs in the lake, by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, they're pretty much gone. So tight lines, everyone. Might be another week or two, but they're coming.